my grandma used to say the lazy works twice. And so this is it. This is why. I always think it, because I used to throw, when you throw stuff like to the trash can.
Yeah.
And then you miss, and then you have to go get it. And so she would always tell me like, well, the lazy works twice. And I was like a little kid, and I would be like,
damn, grandma. Chilling in the icebox.
oh, is that a new song? Are we making up songs?
You know what? It's been in my head ever since I edited last week's when you sang a song to open it. But then it reminds me of that Silk Sonic song where he's like smoking out the window, chilling in the
Oh, yeah.
Whatever. Anyway, so I've just been singing that in my head in preparation for this today. Anyway, welcome everyone to Chillin in the Icebox, episode 5. I'm Coach Maddie. And that's Coach Laura. And we're super excited to be with you today. We have a fun episode in store for you. Today we're going to talk about some of our gym pet peeves. But in the meantime, we'll open it up with 10 secs. Laura, you go first.
I finished a Hulu series.
Okay.
Called The Girl from Plainville.
I think I've seen that like suggested to me on Hulu. Is it good?
It is good. It's kind of, the acting is like but like it's based on a true story, and I'm a sucker for things like that. So it is good in that way that like it's based on a true story, and I feel like it was accurate, although the people involved had nothing to do with this. So everything that they were going off of was like what was to the public. And if you haven't watched it, it's about this guy and girl. They have like somewhat of a online texting relationship. I think they met up a few times, but they're like boyfriend and girlfriend allegedly. Long story short, he kills himself. She gets in trouble for help. Like,
oh yeah, I remember this story.
It was huge. It was like it's like a case and everything.
I remember this story.
She ended up going to jail and everything, but like it was just so crazy because I just had a lot of emotions through the whole thing. Like I usually, like when I watch like a true crime type of thing, like I'm just like 100% like, oh, like F her, like she did this, like, and I do think like she is definitely like at fault for a lot of things, and like she definitely like pushed him to do, like he was already mentally ill, like,
right,
but she didn't help him in any way, and the way her defense team was going about it was just so crazy to me that like I can't even believe that they went about it that way. And I don't know,
like her lawyers.
Yeah.
What did they do?
Well, they were trying to say that like they were saying that she was mentally ill also, which I think she was to some extent. I don't know like fully. I know she suffered from like, well, according to the show and like the other stuff, the like documents that I read online and stuff, but she like suffered from like bulimia and like anorexia, and like working out, like if she like let's say like I ate a million of these things, which I'm about to eat right now. I forgot I had it. And I just looked over and I saw the wrapper and I was like, oh. But if she ate this, then she would like immediately go get on the treadmill and run a million miles, like punish herself for eating.
Yeah.
Instead of, just a healthy relationship with food. And she suffered like the way this, I don't know how true it is. From the show, the documentary that I watched did say that like she didn't really have like a lot of true friends, like so she was kind of out to like prove herself and like wanted attention from her friends, and she wanted to be like a popular person and wanted like to have a cool friend group, and she had they were her friends, but they weren't like her friends. Like she would like like tell them a secret and they kind of would like go behind her back and talk about her,
right?
So like it was just crazy. And so they were making her defense team is kind of making her out to be like, okay, well, she was on medication also, allegedly. She was on some type of like psychiatric medicine, and so they were saying like she wasn't in the right state of mind, and basically like he talked about committing suicide so much that it like pushed her to push him.
Mm.
Like, why don't you just do it already? Like, you like keep talking about it. So like, the text messages were absolutely awful. Like,
Oh, dude.
I and like his parents, like he killed himself. So his parents are in the courtroom, like listening to these, and like they pull up the text messages, and I'm
Mm.
like, it's just sad. It was really sad. I'm sad that the documentary or the series is over. Um, but it was just sad that this is like it's just so different from like how I grew up and like
Yeah.
how high school was for me. We didn't have social media, so like it just put a lot of things in perspective, and I didn't really like. I mean, there was bullies, and I believe people did get bullied and whatever, but like I didn't see a lot of it. I guess like
Yeah.
maybe I was the bully. No, I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding. I wasn't. I was a really nice girl. Really sweet. But I didn't see a lot of it, and like I didn't. I don't know. I kind of just. It was just really weird, like to see how like high school has changed in like such a online
Yeah.
way, and like
So when you finished the show or the series, did you feel like justice was served, or like what were your thoughts?
um yeah, I mean, I definitely think like she knew what she was doing. And I also think she thought she wasn't going to get caught. Like like there were text messages of him or her like telling him like delete your phone before you do it. Like, and he
Yeah.
did. He did. The only reason I don't know what that was. Definitely not the Reese's I was going to eat, but he did. So the only reason why they like caught on or thought something was weird was because he got out. He like did something with like a water like hose like into his truck. So he like carbon monoxide or what,
Oh
or
yeah.
carbon monoxide, but it might be from the truck or a car to the inside.
Right.
So he did that, and so he started feeling like he was gonna die or pass out or whatever. So he got out of the car and he called her, and she's like, get back in the
Oh.
car, like, are you gonna do this or not, like. And he was like, okay, okay, like, and he got back in, and then he died. So the only reason why they thought something was weird is because they did the autopsy, the timing of the phone call, like,
Yeah.
like something. So then they noticed that like all the text messages and everything had been deleted except for like his mom had texted him after he passed, like, where are you, or something like that. It was just like it didn't add up. So like
Yeah.
props to like the detective for not just considering this like a suicide and looking into it
Right.
further, which is also really cool. I thought like they could have just been like, oh yeah, it was suicide, like,
Yeah.
too bad. But like, I don't, they it was like a whole thing. It was a pretty popular case though. I
Yeah, I
remember.
remember when that story was big. I'll have to watch that series. That sounds like something it would be fun to I mean, it's sad. It's horribly sad, but it
Yeah,
would be fun to watch.
yeah, it is sad, but it just like it put a like the like I said, like the school thing into perspective. It put like just like how much like people, Dennis calls them computer screen heroes or something like
Oh
that. Like
yeah.
we'll just be like behind the
Keyboard
phone.
warriors.
Yeah, yeah, like texting whatever they want, and then like it's just like I can't believe that that's like a time we live in. I don't know.
I
It's so
know. I wish
sad.
we would just get into physical fights like we used to.
You can't even do that now because you go like get in a fight and then somebody wants to sue somebody. Like,
Okay, so speaking of, okay, so for my 10 secs, I want you to choose because I want it to be like something you know about. So we can either talk about, we can talk about another show. We can talk about Ozark. Have you seen Ozark?
no, so that's
Okay,
out.
Ozark's out. So then we can either talk about Depp versus Heard, or we can talk about the Met Gala and specifically Kim K wearing Marilyn Monroe's dress.
Oh my god, these are both good. Okay, can we save one for at the end if we have like a little bit
Okay,
of
yeah. So you pick
okay.
which one we do now.
Oh my god. I think because we're talking about like
The
I don't
court,
know.
we should stick with Depp versus Heard. Have you watched, like, are you current?
I am current.
Okay, because the
No,
court's on
actually
a break right now.
I haven't watched his team.
No, they haven't really started that. That hasn't really
Okay.
started yet.
Okay. I watched her. I watched her. Um
So she got like direct examined from her lawyer,
yeah, yeah, yeah.
but cross examination, we haven't gotten into the cross. That'll happen when court comes back next week.
Okay, so I have watched that. That was the one that you sent me that one
Okay,
day.
yeah. So yeah, I had texted
Um,
you the live when it was happening, her on the stand. So what did you think?
okay, so I actually, so what happened that day was my dad came in the house and he's like, "What are you, what are you watching?" And he's like, "No wonder nothing gets done here. You're watching something that doesn't even matter to you." And I'm like, "This
It
matters. Like,
matters.
matters." Um, but so I was like telling my mom has like zero clue what's going on, and then she made us watch Pirates of the Caribbean.
Oh, great call. I love that.
And it really brought to my attention, is it Caribbean or Caribbean? Pirates of the Caribbean?
Depends on my mood.
Okay, but anyway, back to our topic. Um, so I feel like it's okay. I have a lot of feelings about this. Should we just do our whole podcast on this? Um, no, but I feel like if I, I don't know, I feel like she could be believable, but she's also like so. I like. It was hard for me to believe her. Like if I was like this big old like I don't know, like I don't know how to explain it, but like I feel like if I didn't know any better, like I could be like, oh, like yeah, that totally happened. But like the way she described things and like it kind of just was like I don't like acting, and it's hard to not act, I guess, if you're an actor. Because sometimes Johnny Depp, I would be like, you're embracing your characters right now. Like when he would be on stand,
It's true.
um, I thought so. I told my dad that too, but I felt like if I didn't know any better, I could believe her. Like I could be like, okay, maybe that did happen. And it's hard because I feel like as a woman, you want to be like, oh yeah, like she got abused and whatever. Like I want to believe her. Like I want to
Yeah.
team depth. So here we are.
Yeah. So I just feel like I kind of had a different when I was first like I don't know. I really tried to remain very neutral because I do not like to pass judgment until the whole thing is said and done. Mm. But like it was like instantly she got on stand and I was just like this was already like in a meta sense like the greatest movie of the decade. Like
Yeah.
this is a Hollywood movie happening, but it's not a movie and it's real life and we have like incredible A-list actors. Johnny Depp and Amber Heard is not that. She's a horrible actress, but she's giving like this camp performance of a lifetime. Like it is so bad. It is so overacted. Like it's so histrionic that
But
like
like
I'm
you have to like I think of it from like a like women's domestic abuse, like and they want she like let's so the way I feel how she does it is like okay, a butterfly just flew across the screen, right? And I'm like, oh my god, a butterfly just flew across the screen. And Amber Heard's like, oh my gosh, a pterodactyl just flew across the screen and kind of flew like this, but like it almost nailed me in the head, but like I'm not really sure. But like and then you want to believe her because you're like, okay, yeah, like that did happen, but like also like did it happen? Because now you're just sounding a little off. Like
yeah. Well, and like you said, Johnny Depp does that too. He speaks in like a very flowery, like histrionic way of speaking where he's embellishing and he chooses his words like in a his careful way or whatever too. But I think one of the things with Amber Heard, like when you watch her body language, when she's describing something that she's not lying about, she's really direct and she can like say the full sentence and she knows. And then when she starts to lie and she starts to embellish, she stutters and she trips over her words. And it literally is like she's trying to remember a line. Like it's just okay. I don't know if you've seen it. May hopefully somebody who's watching our podcast has seen Mommy Dearest. Have you
yes,
seen
oh
Mommy
my
Dearest?
god, okay.
Okay. This is mom like she is giving like that kind of performance, like that kind of like no more wire hangers, so over the top and she thinks it's good, but the rest of the world is laughing at her. It's like I can't believe that we are being treated to this in real life as
I
something that's actually happening.
I watched this thing. I should have sent it to you on YouTube, and it was like where they analyze like their body language and stuff. And so it was this guy saying like when you're telling a real story, you could like really be like, okay, this happened, and like your hand gestures and everything will add up. But then when you're like you said, like kind of elaborating a story, or like maybe it kind of happened some way, but now you're trying to, shift it a different way. Like you'll shoot, they like showed her start like stuttering a little bit, or like,
Yep.
she wasn't like, oh, maybe it's over here. Oh, maybe it was like right here, actually, like kind of doing that thing, like not sure, but
Yeah.
like those things will like come like they're just in the back of your mind, and they just come naturally. Like you remember it how you remember it, and you won't like stutter
Yeah.
how it happened, I guess is what they were saying. But the guy that did it was also saying that like that was just his interpretation and he could be wrong. And I was like, I don't know, it sounded pretty accurate.
Everybody seems to pretty much agree that she's giving the camp performance of a lifetime right now, and also potentially doing coke on the stand.
Well,
I've
oh,
seen a
did you?
bunch of like videos of that, and like drinking. I mean, who knows if it's real, but like what is real is this over the top, so bad it's good acting performance in this fake movie that is real life. I can't even get over it.
Well,
It's amazing.
like says like how she was so against him doing coke, and she was so against him like doing all these drugs, and then she'll be like, but then we went to this like thing in wherever, and we all like I did shrooms, and I'm like, wait, excuse me,
I
you
know
just
she'll just say it so nonchalant too.
yeah, she's like,
Like
yeah,
maybe we won't
we're all
notice
around the
it.
campfire, and I like had maybe like a little bit of the mushroom head, and then the girl put her head on my shoulder, and I wasn't high yet, and I'm like, how, but you just said you were so against drugs. Like she said it like 6 times, and then she went into this, and I'm like, wait, I'm
Yeah.
confused.
It'll be really fun to see how it plays out. And I am desperately missing court while we're on our break this week from the live trial. Anyway, okay, so that was way more than 10 secs, but we're obviously in a very much crime related state of mind. Speaking of crimes, maybe it's time to see if there's been any murders with
Oh
Icebox.
no, I wanted to go into our surprise
Oh,
first.
okay, surprise first. What is
Okay, it's a surprise. So, for those of you that don't know, I messed this all up. Shit. Hold on. Okay. For those of you that don't know, Maddie's birthday was
Oh my God.
passed recently. So I thought it would be fun to do a rapid fire of questions. So you're
Oh
gonna
my
try to
God, fun, dude. Okay.
you're gonna answer it's this or that. So I'll just say something, and then like I'll say like, I don't know, whatever. I don't want to give any of them
This
away.
or
So
that, and I'll say this or that.
yeah. You don't have to give an explanation unless you like really want to, but we're gonna try. There's 25 questions. We're gonna go 30 seconds. You think
Okay.
that's
Oh my
enough
God. Oh my
time?
God. Okay.
I think that's enough time, right?
We'll see.
Well, hopefully I could read
Like
fast and
Family
I don't
Feud.
Amber Heard over here stuttering. um, okay, this will be fun. Okay, I'm gonna
I'm
start
ready.
my thing. Okay,
I'm
ready?
so excited.
3. We have 30 seconds to just get
Okay.
as far as we want, and just get to know you a little bit. It'll be fun.
Okay. Fun.
Ready? And go. Okay. Pop or indie?
Pop.
Laundry or dishes?
Dishes.
What's worse though, laundry or dishes?
Oh, laundry is worse.
um, International vacation or new TV?
International vacation.
Couch or recliner?
Couch.
Working alone or working in a team? Ooh.
Working alone, unless my teammate is Laura. Otherwise, alone.
Perfect. We can't. We have to do it again because we only got to like 2 questions. Hold on. Perfect teeth or perfect hair?
God, I would kill for either of those things. I would love some perfect teeth. I would love that.
Arctic or desert?
Desert.
Forest or beach?
Forest.
Theme park or water park?
Water park. That's a tough one though.
Africa or Asia?
I want them both.
Okay. Antique or brand new?
Antique.
Mansion in the suburbs or cabin in the mountain? No.
Cabin in the mountains.
Keep going one more time. We're doing a minute, 90 seconds.
Okay.
City or country?
Probably country.
Charming or genuine?
Genuine.
Do you put the toilet paper over or under?
Over. Over.
Whoever doesn't, please talk to me because I'm gonna fight you. Um, cups in the cupboard, up or down?
Down.
Wet or dry? Do you like to be wet or dry?
I'm gonna go with dry.
Uh, no. We have like 3 left. Okay,
Okay,
4
we'll
left.
finish.
Lust or love?
I would take either at this point.
Listen, this is now turned into a dating. A truth or a dare?
Truth and
We-
dare. These are hard.
I know. I
Truth.
know. Weird or a normal person?
Weird.
Like, would you rather be around a weird person or a normal?
A weird one.
I don't know who is like what's considered normal, but all right. Slacker or an overachiever? Overachiever.
Slacker.
And that was the last one. That was fun.
That was fun. That was such a fun idea. I love that surprise.
I knew. I know. Hopefully we don't go over our time because I really want to talk about the Met Gala too.
Okay. Well, we won't go over our time.
Okay.
Okay, so that was so fun. Did you think of those or did you get them online?
I thought of the game and I was like gonna write my own, but then it was just it's been a
It's
very
hard to write questions like that. I want to ask them to you. Good thing your birthday's in like a week.
well, Pinterest has like a bunch of them. That wasn't the one I had found earlier, but I was like, oh, it's the first one on my phone. So I thought if I did it on the computer, it would be the first one. And
That was super fun. We should
wasn't.
play that more.
Oh, should that be our 10 seconds now?
We'll do that for your birthday next time, and then we'll just keep it going.
Okay. All right. So let's see. Share. Now we're gonna do. Dun, 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 dun. Rachel sent us a bunch of videos. I actually think she sent us some of herself.
Let's start with her. Yeah.
Okay. You could see everything, right?
Yes. Perfect.
Okay. Should we stop there?
I'm giving her 10 out of 10 for outfit. I'm obsessed with her in this headband. She's
Actually,
saying Rex Kwando,
I was
realness.
gonna say Brett Michaels. No, I'm just
Brett
kidding.
Michaels, yeah.
I'm just really
okay.
proud of her. She lost a lot of weight and she looks so good. And
She is seriously looking so good postpartum. How many months postpartum is she now?
I think 7.
7, yeah, home stretch. I'm really, really seeing a difference in her and like coming back to her like self and her body and all of
Probably
it.
better than she was pre, to be honest.
Yeah, she is looking really good. I really like on these dumbbell cleans how she's keeping them nice and close to her body. I don't see her shoulders like coming super forward and like out of their sockets very much. So I love to see that. I would love to see full extension and get her elbows all the way open at the bottom.
Mm-hmm. And she could use her legs more.
Yeah. Could you play it again so we could see that one more time?
Oh, I think she goes into something else.
Oh, now she's squatting. Okay, those look pretty good.
Oh my gosh, this is loud as hell. Okay, so that was a squat. It won't let me go back, but
Who's filming? Carlos?
I think her friend.
Wow, I love it. Dude, look at her go. This is a cool variation for hanging knee raises. Did you ever do this specifically?
Yes, because she was coning.
Yes. Okay, will you talk about that? What a cool variation. Tell us.
So is she still coning? I'm trying to there. Okay, see, she's still coning a little bit, but we're working on that. That happens when it could happen even when you're not pregnant or when you haven't had a kid. So
yeah, or even if you're not a female lady.
No. Yeah.
I've seen plenty of guys cone.
Yeah. Your abdominal. What happens is you're going out instead of holding everything up and together like a zipper.
Right.
And so it's very common in women, predominantly women that have had kids, but I've seen it. I feel like I had that before I had Aria. And it just takes time. So the reason why I had her hold this ball or use this ball, I actually think she might have done this on her own, but I've been sending her like videos on like how to like fix that. And we've been working. If you notice, she's also making like a noise, which will help pull up instead of push out as you are lifting your legs up. And holding the ball also helps to prevent like that loose like swinging and kind of help those muscles stay
Yeah,
intact.
stabilize towards the midline. Really, really cool variation for anybody doing hanging knee raises. If you need to work on your core stability or your coning or bracing in your lifts, this is a really good variation.
Yeah.
Very cool.
And it used to be a lot worse than this. So I actually I asked her today too about if she had a video of it. And she said, it's still really bad, but I was like, just send it anyways. I'm actually proud of her that she sent a video of herself because
Yeah,
that takes guts to like
totally.
look at yourself. Um, but yeah, that's coning. And a lot of times if this is still, like if you're like, this is still too much, too bad, you could do like a banded dead bug and really think of pulling your stomach up like a zipper and holding it there while you do that dead bug. And it's really hard. Dead bugs look so easy, but they're not.
They are
They're
hard.
really, really hard. So,
Awesome. Good
um,
job, Rachel.
yay. I think that's the end of it. I think her friend's filming it actually.
Yeah, great job, Ray Ray.
Ray Thickburger. Mama Thickburger now.
This is Ray Ray again. Oh, doing some, I haven't done those in a hot ass second.
Overhead squats.
Yeah, what is that called again? Snatch, drop, what is it?
Snatch balance?
Yeah, snatch balance.
Yeah. Oh, there was more to it. I don't know if the video does it look sped up maybe?
I think she sped it
Okay.
up. Yeah.
So there's no way she's moving that fast. I guess we could from the top make it drop. Go back. No. Look at her go. Go ahead.
Look at
Mama
her.
Thickburger. Good
Those look
job.
good. She's moving. Oh, those look good
Um,
too.
yeah. Look at her staying all one piece, her rib cage down
Yeah.
and not like flared
Yeah,
at the
she
top.
is doing good with that. Really, really good.
The snatch balance are so hard because it's an Olympic. It's so technical. There she goes.
Yeah, she is a little bit forward in the beginning, but it seems like she moves back and then ascends properly. She could maybe get one little click more shoulder engagement up there
Mhm.
too.
Yeah.
Shout out to Millie there in the back in the stroller.
The dog just ran by too. Okay, these. I think she's calling on too much quad.
Yeah, she does look kind of forward to me here.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
It's really common, like if you don't really think to push your butt back or like hit that hinge. Like if you don't think to like feel that stretch into your butt, then you will go forward and it'll be
Yeah.
more quad.
Yeah. One of the big mistakes that I think people make here, and in this freeze frame, it looks like Rachel's kind of doing it too, is when you're doing the single leg stuff, what I see happen a lot is hips opening to the side. So whatever leg is back, hips opening to that side. So it's important to like keep your hips squared when you're doing single leg. I always like to think about, like, if I were Rachel right now, to correct this, I would push my right hip forward and I would pull my left hip back.
Yeah.
And
And
that's
also like if like you don't have to have your leg up, like you could put
true.
your toes on the ground behind
Yeah,
you,
it's
or
like
you
a
could put your
kickstand.
or you could put your foot on like a box or like a bench or something. So it's keeping you more this way and not and like less like hips open.
Yeah.
And I mean, yeah, it can be easier, but also like you could make it as hard as you want. Like you could.
Right. Well, and you just get that big stretch in the working leg. I also think that yeah, like what you said, supporting that back leg is a great option if you're having a hard time squaring off.
Yeah, it looks like she is twisting a little tiny
Yeah, a
bit.
little quad there.
I would like her shoulders to be back a little bit more. But
Yeah.
what I do like is that her neck is in neutral
Nice and
position.
neutral.
Yeah. And she's not like looking up or like
Yeah.
because you hear that a lot. Especially like in deadlifts. Like look up,
Yeah.
but like no, keep everything in line.
Keep your neck straight. Yeah.
Mhm. This is hard to see.
It is. This is a hard angle, but it does look
Yeah.
like she's squatting it just a touch.
I also think she might be squatting it because she has one of those attachments that were on Shark Tank where it turns the dumbbell into a kettlebell.
Yeah, I saw that.
So I think she might be squatting it so it'll fit. in
Mm.
between. Maybe, I don't know. I'm giving her the benefit of the doubt.
Yeah, and it is a tough angle. It's hard to decipher from
Yeah,
there.
but
That's
she
good.
is
Good
getting
job,
extended
Ray.
at the top, so that was good.
Yes, really good
These
job,
sled
Ray.
poles
Ray.
look good too.
She's putting
Good
in the
job,
work
Ray.
over there.
Okay, what should we go on? She sent a bunch.
Yeah, let's do a couple more. Let's see
Okay.
what other victims we've got here. I'm scared. Oh.
Oh,
Oh
oh,
no, Rachel. Why'd she send us that? Oh, dude. This man has brain damage.
he's concussed. He's concussed.
Oh my god.
I need a translator. What does this say?
Oh no.
They're all in Spanish. Dead.
Oh.
Somebody put fuck yeah.
Oh
um.
god.
Oh,
My head
that-
hurts. Yeah.
I don't even know how to. Like. I'm trying to process this,
Oh,
but
oh.
also I have seen people fall off the bars like this without a band.
Yeah. Yeah.
Um.
CrossFit class for sure.
Yeah, I've seen people fall off like that, but I think that it just for like, what exactly were you trying to do with that band? Maybe he was trying to do like a kipping or like a
It looked like
muscle,
he thought he was gonna pull up, but he didn't have the
a
kung fu
grip.
grip.
Yeah. Oh man, watch this happen to me tomorrow. What exactly was he doing? I
Okay,
don't
what
know.
else did she send us? That one was a murder. That man got murdered.
No, he sure did, big time. Wait, where'd it go? Okay.
They're gonna fall off again. I know Rachel now.
Oh, I'm on to her. Wait,
Oh, there he
that's
goes.
exactly how I've seen somebody fall off too. Let's see.
Oh, dude,
He got
these are
murdered.
all hurting me.
I know. Rachel, we're on to you. He got murdered too.
Okay, but wait, go back down to this guy. Hang on, let's go up to the girls in a second. There's a guy with, and one of the captions is his pet peeve. One of my biggest pet peeves is people walking into a gym. Yeah, click on that one. We're going to talk
Okay.
about pet peeves later too. Oh, and trying to intimidate others.
Do people really do that at the gym? Like try to
I'm always trying to intimidate everybody I possibly can.
I feel like I'm a big old like doofus when I walk
Yeah,
into the
right.
gym.
I don't know. Maybe this is a guy thing.
But I don't think this has to be a joke. Somebody put so true, so it must be real. Oh, he's sad.
Okay, well, all their delt raises look good.
Yeah, and I don't know. Maybe you're right. Maybe it is a guy thing. I don't know. Maybe I just don't pay attention when I'm lifting weights, like what the person next to me is doing, like that. Are you copying
Yeah,
me?
and I
Or
also think like I think that a lot of people who feel like if you feel intimidated by someone, that's more on you than it is on the person that you think is intimidating you. Just decide to not be intimidated. Like that person can only intimidate you
well,
if you're intimidated. So just don't be intimidated. It's really that simple.
also if you're intimidated by this guy, so like he's using, I don't know, fives, and the next guy's using 15s, and the next guy's using 25s. Like anytime I see anybody doing anything in the gym, like with proper form, I'm always like, okay, there's a purpose for that. There's a reason they're using fives. There's a reason they're
Yeah.
using. I mean, if somebody saw, I'm not saying that I like could lift a bunch of weight, but I could lift a fairly decent amount. They saw me do TYs and I's with my 1 pound or 2 pound dumbbells,
Yeah.
like, and then am I going to look at the person next to me, doing with 5 pounds? Like, no, there's a purpose for me to use my 2 pound dumbbells. Like, I'm not intimidated by that. Like,
Yeah, exactly. Well, and I think his point is to just that like you should just you like don't worry about what everybody else is doing in the gym and just like do you and don't compare yourself to others, which is good advice. I don't know if anybody's going out of their way to like actively intimidate somebody, and if they are, and if you feel intimidated, number one, just decide to not be intimidated, and boom, it's that easy. And
yeah,
two, if that person is actually going out of their way to try to like intimidate people, then you know that that person is like kind of lame and insecure. So like now we're also automatically not intimidated. It's really that easy.
yeah.
So
And I don't think I paid that much attention.
yeah. Okay,
Uh,
what else we got? Should we do another couple?
let's
The
do a
girl in the
girl.
gym.
True life girl in a gym. All right, let's see. Welcome to the series of catching peeping toms.
Let's see.
Is it, oh, I guess it's not. It's just a.
Oh, it's just a picture.
Oh, I liked it.
Is it that guy in the back? Some girls are really reaching.
I think it is this guy in the
Like
back.
now that guy can't turn his head. And you're gonna like roast him on the
There's
internet.
this guy on TikTok that I follow, and he'll take like pictures or videos like this, and he'll be like, "That guy did nothing wrong. Like he was walking by, the girl made a loud noise, dropped the weight, and he happened to look at like what it was. He wasn't maliciously checking you out, like or like being gross or whatever. I don't know."
Yeah, I
Also,
don't know either.
this is probably why Maddie wears baggy clothes in the gym,
Can you
so nobody
scroll like
checks.
side to side on this? Is there like a
Oh, yeah,
yeah.
it's
Wow.
him.
She's really reaching. She's really reaching.
Somebody put wow. Okay, let's see. Okay, these are hilarious. Sorry, Bryce. I guess his name is Bryce. I don't think that's that. I mean, I
If
don't
he
know.
if he is looking at her, it's probably because it looks like she's about to set up for the world's shittiest deadlift.
I mean, she kind of look. Well, she has that switch grip, but
Her
her
knees are
back.
gonna knock so hard. Her shoulders are fully out of their sockets. I mean, she would have to pull off a miracle to set this up in a way that impressed me.
I was just gonna
Look at her
say
switch grip, it's
curved.
all in her fingertips.
True life, a girl getting ripped to shreds by her horrible deadlift. You've been murdered, and you didn't even lift it. You were roasting, you were roasting the guy behind you, and we roasted you.
Oh my
But
god.
like you said, I don't think he was doing any. I mean, maybe it's not a video. I wish it would have just played the video. Like, looks like it was a video, right? She should just play the
Yeah.
video. We could have seen what happened and whatever.
Well, she
But
just
like,
framed it when he was scratching his ear on the side, so she could have her little Instagram likes.
he actually has lice. He was scratching his head where the lice laid an egg, and it just happened to be in her direction.
Oh my
I don't
god.
know. Do you have videos of you working out and there's people behind you? Like, I'm sure you could find something like this, and it's not anything. Where what I think is so. This is actually one of my pet peeves. So I'll save it.
Should we just transition into it?
Yeah. Okay.
Okay.
So now we're gonna talk about. Should we go like? Will you go one? I'll go
Yeah.
one.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Our pet peeves, personal. So Maddie's gonna say one pet peeve that she has about the gym, and then I'm gonna say one, and we have three of them.
Yeah. Do you want me to go first or do you want to
Yeah,
go first?
you go first.
Okay. Let me get my list. I pretty much remember them. My number one pet peeve. Okay, I'm gonna start with my number 3, which is actually my number 1. If I'm doing cardio and there's like a line of treadmills and I pick a treadmill all the way over here by myself, it's like the parking space. If you go in a parking lot and you park far away from all the cars and another car comes right next to you,
Or the urinal.
don't pick the treadmill right next to me. And then we have like 17 empty treadmills at.
But what if
Who
it's their
does that?
favorite one and they're like unmotivated and they're like, my favorite treadmill was right here and like I want to just run, but I'm unmotivated, but this is my favorite one. I know this treadmill works.
I guess. I mean, I try not to let it bother me, but I like if I'm doing my thing right here and we're just gonna like both like, breathe so hard right next to each other like this, and we have all of this route. Like it's not like every treadmill was taken. I don't understand that.
My headphones died the other day while I was running.
No.
I could
Oh God,
hear
no.
myself breathe.
No.
I was far from my house. I had to like, okay, I wasn't that far. I was like half a mile away, but I wanted to finish. I had a goal. I had a goal in mind and I wanted to finish. Thankfully, I only had a mile and a half left of my goal, but I could hear myself breathing and I was like, oh, no. And so that's what that reminded me of. Because imagine being on a treadmill and then the person next to you and you both are breathing like dry breath, hard, hot, like, and now you can hear each other. Yeah. I'm out.
It's just too close, or it's just too, we're not cool like that. I don't
want to hear you breathe like that. Yeah.
Anyway, okay, so that's my number 1 pet peeve. What's yours?
My pet peeve, and I don't go to like a global gym anymore, so it hasn't happened in a long time, but when I lived in San Diego, in LA, it used to happen a lot. Like just guys like talking to me or hitting on me, or girls. I mean, sure. Go ahead.
Like in the
The
middle of
girls,
your
it's fine.
workout?
The girls, it's fine, but the guys, I'm talking like there's a difference between a guy being like, oh, like that good lift, or like,
Yeah.
do you need a spotter? And maybe that there's their segue into something else. But I've had guys like straight up up to me and be like, do you come here often? Or like, I've seen you come here 5 a.m. Do you always come at that time? And I'm like, if you've seen me come here at 5 a.m., then doesn't that answer your question? Like,
Yeah.
don't like, I don't know. If you're like talking about working out, or like, hey, like wanted to fix my form, I don't know. That's different than asking me like a dumb question, hitting on me, I guess. I don't know. I just don't talk to me in that way,
Okay.
especially while I'm like disgusting.
Yeah. No, I know what you mean. I mean, that kind of is like similar to how I feel about like dressing, like what we were already talking
Yeah.
about. Like, I'm not here for that. Thank you so much. That being said,
Thankfully,
I don't know.
it
I
has
don't
it
know if I've
doesn't
ever
happen
been
like
hit on at the gym, so I'm a little bit
Dennis, I
nervous right
guess.
now.
I don't Dennis also like, I don't know, he like turned me down too, and like doesn't count. But I'm saying like it's happened more at like a global gym when I lived in California than when I
Yeah.
lived in Vegas. And it doesn't really happen at the CrossFit gym. I mean, Dennis and I work out together, so like, and whatever. But like, I don't know. It used to happen a lot. Like, oh, you come at this time, blah blah blah, and like, and there's just like a difference between that, or like, oh, nice lift, or like,
Yeah.
oh man, those, I don't know, elevated heel squats, those really get you, huh? And I'd be like, yeah, like totally sucks.
Some guys just have no game. Zero
And I'm
game.
like, oh yeah, like I could be like, okay, yeah, like okay, we'll let that slide. But if you're like asking me like something so random that I'm like,
Okay, well, let's piggyback on that because my number 2 pet peeve is actually like the exact opposite of yours. I get upset like if somebody comes up to me and tries to offer me any unsolicited coaching advice at all. Pet
really?
peeve. Pet peeve. Because like how do you know what I want? How do you know
Yeah.
what my goals are? You're going to come up and tell me what I should be doing. You don't know me. You don't know what I'm
Um,
doing. You don't know what I'm working on. You
I
don't
can
know
see
what I
that.
know.
But that's what I said. If they're telling me nice lift,
Yeah.
it's fine.
Yeah.
I mean,
One
I don't
time
know.
at the gym, I was at ES one time with Andrew, Coach Andrew. Some of you know him. We roasted him on Murder with Icebox a few weeks ago. We were like doing whatever, and we were doing we were doing some like GHD like back extensions and stuff. And this like random dude came up and he's like telling me how to like make it more glute focused. And I'm like,
Yeah, I've had
no
a
one
guy come
asked
up to me.
you.
Somebody, dumbbell side bends at
Yeah.
the gym. And they're like, that just makes your obliques bigger. And I'm like, well, what if I wanted big obliques?
Yeah. It makes me want to tell that guy, you know what? Just deadlift for me right now. Let me tear your ass apart. Like, how dare you tell me what how to do this
Yeah.
exercise? That being said, I sure am watching everyone going, well, you should do that different. You should do that different. You should do that
Yeah.
different. But
I'm
I'm
so
not telling
torn too.
them.
Yeah. I mean, unless it's like a super like hazard,
Yeah.
I probably won't say anything. I'll probably just let it slide. It's hard to, like you said, it's hard to approach people like that, because like, what if that's the goal that they are going for? What if
Yeah.
that's what they want? What if they want to look like a shrimp lifting a deadlift? Like,
Yeah.
all right,
Yeah.
more power to you, but you're gonna end up on Murder with Icebox because, and I'm gonna pull out my phone just like Gigi and record your little ass at the gym.
Panning the
Like that.
camera up and
Yeah.
down with your lift. Yeah.
Yep. Yeah.
Okay,
Okay.
so that was my number 2. What's your number 2?
When people get in my way.
That's a pet peeve of mine just in general.
Dude, it sounds so bad. I have it written down and I'm like, oh yeah, that's definitely my pet peeve. And then I say it and I'm like, oh, wow, you are a bitch. Get in your way. But I mean, like, it's like, and you don't say anything and you're just like rude about it. Like, I don't
Yeah,
know.
just like standing around like in the thoroughfares like with no like
Intention of
urgency
doing
about
anything.
life at
Yes.
all. Yeah.
Yep. Like there's no purpose for you to be right there, but now you're just standing there and you're not moving and you're in my way, and it's like very rude, and it
And
just,
especially if you're like working so hard and you're like breathing heavy and your like heart rate's all out of control and now this like person's in your way. Yeah. I know. Yep.
yeah. Or like it's hard, like at a CrossFit gym, like we don't really have like mirrors or anything, but like at like a global gym, the mirrors are there, and it's like I know like especially like in the dumbbell area, like where
Yeah.
the benches are, it's like you're fighting for that space, and now you're just standing there in my
I know,
space.
I know.
You're in my way. I'm trying to see my arm, like the
That
side,
used to be my
whatever.
biggest pet peeve, like when I would take yoga classes all the time and I would get there early or whatever, not early, and put my mat down like so I could see myself in the mirror. And then somebody would come in and just like roll their mat out literally right in front of me. And so I can't see shit anymore.
Oh, that used to happen to me at True Fusion all the time.
Yeah,
I'd be
dude.
like, I'm really feeling myself today. I'm gonna take my shirt off.
I
Or
actually feel like COVID helped that because a lot of those studios like marked like where each mat could go. And
mm,
that was a good move. So they
and they're like all
move on.
like two people here and then one person here, so they
Yeah.
each get like
Yes.
their
Yes.
space.
Yes.
Yeah, yeah, that used to happen to me a lot at True Fusion. I'd be like so annoyed too because I'm like, I
I just
just
need
want
to
to.
see like a sliver of myself. Like for the love of
Yeah,
God, you have to go right there. I
yeah.
can't.
I
Okay,
know.
so my third pet peeve is if I see like people,
Oh my
especially they
gosh,
like
don't.
walk
I
around
think
with
this is
it,
gonna
like a
be. This is gonna be mine. I think.
is
Go
okay.
ahead.
Mine's. I don't know. Maybe I can't stand when I see people walking around with like a big old bag of supplements. Like if you're like walking to the gym with your like pre-workout powder and your fucking protein powder and your like creatine and just like all of it in your bag, you are cringe. You're cringe. You're cringe.
I just don't understand when my thing. It's a branch of that.
Okay.
It's the whole like pre-workout, like
Yes.
scoop of
Powder huffing.
pre-workout, like
Embarrassing. Those people should be so embarrassed. Just go work out. What is wrong with you?
yes. Oh,
Have
yeah.
a coffee.
You have a.
Jeez.
We gave an order about 2 podcasts ago that you can get at Starbucks. Go order that. Okay.
I just like they're like tweakers. I don't get it. It's like very
Yeah.
much frat
But
culture.
I don't understand it. Like the, I I don't know. I just like it's like I said, it's mainly like at like a EOS or whatever, but they're like doing their scoop of
Yes.
whatever, and it's like you don't need to do that.
They're like mixing up their shakes in between and like they're having like their vegetables is that like green powder. They've got like 4 different shaker bottles. I'm like, just have a real meal. Cook dinner. Jesus.
I did this thing. Okay, so I did it for 2 weeks, but then I like traveled. So when you travel, you like kind of have to like find protein and
Yeah.
be creative because you're out, whatever. But I did no protein powders or protein bars. All protein from real
Wow.
food. I eat a lot of protein. I eat almost like 165 grams of
That's a
protein.
lot. That's a lot. For anybody who knows how hard it is to eat protein,
It
it's
is a
hard to
lot.
get that much in every day. It's hard.
And regular food. I definitely am not. I wasn't hungry, and I found I found that like I felt a little bit better.
Yeah.
I was like super super full though. Like it was
Oh
hard
yeah.
if I didn't like time it like if I tried to eat like 6 ounces of protein all at once and then an hour later tried to eat another thing of protein, it wasn't
Yeah.
happening. Like
Protein is filling. That is a good thing about it.
I was like I was struggling. So but I did it for like 2 weeks and I felt I felt I always just feel better when I eat protein. So I felt stronger, but I don't know if that was like in my head.
Yeah.
But so I saw some girl on TikTok say that like the best way to get protein is just to eat like real foods instead of like shakes, and so that's what that made me think of. And I did it for 2 weeks, and it is really hard. But if you have to get protein, then get your protein. Like
Yeah, and I mean,
there's
well, there's a difference between like having a protein shake and like literally a gym bag full of powder.
yeah, I agree.
Pre-workout, post-workout, creatine, aminos,
Yeah,
BCAAs. It's like you
BCA.
guys are embarrassing.
Well, I mean, I'm not like a nutrition expert, but if you eat all the right like nutrient dense food, you should not need like all those like BCAAs and all those extras.
Yeah.
You should be getting it from your food.
Yeah. Which is the way you should be getting it. These powders are out of control. I can't.
I
I
can't
can't.
believe
Okay, what's your number 3?
that was it. It was the
Oh yeah,
protein,
yeah. Snorting.
the
Okay.
yeah, the
Okay, those are
whatever.
pretty good. I
But I
have
could
a
think of
bonus.
another one. Oh,
Okay. We'll go top 4. Okay, my thing is this is actually about trainers. My pet peeve is like trainers who work out with their clients at the same time or who show up for their clients sweaty and like gross from their own workouts.
Mm.
That's a pet peeve. Like if I see like a dude like at the gym that I work out at, like myself, which is very much a Globo gym, but it's just like it's usually pretty empty, which I love. But every now and then I see like these like douchey like trainer dudes go and get their like client, and they're all just like nasty and sweaty and
Yeah,
like gross, and it's like
it's
this
like
poor like
stink.
it's like an older lady like coming to get her workout, and it's like this dude who just ate 17 protein powders and he's like dripping sweat still. I'm like, that you're gross. And I know you're not going to put that lady through the right workout. I just know it.
Well, and you're just like recovering, so you're not in the right like
I
headspace.
just feel like those trainers make it. Yeah, exactly.
Um, yeah, it's hard. That's hard though, because like I remember there, like I would be crunched for time, and then I'd be like, but as I've gotten older and more mature with my workouts, I'll cut it off like 10 to 15 minutes before to give that like, and if I don't, I mean, my top part doesn't sweat that much. It's my knees we have to worry about. But if in the event that I do sweat that much, I would change my shirt. I don't sweat that much, but if I did, I would change like something fresh, go to the bathroom, freshen up. Like they're there and you have to make that the best hour. You don't want them thinking that you like stink the whole time or like
Yeah, or
not
just like it,
fully there. Like
exactly. Okay, what's your bonus?
phones. But
Oh,
I'm guilty because I do record a lot of my workouts. Phones meaning like if I could actually see you texting, or if you're on FaceTime at the gym and you're hugging a machine or you're doing something
yeah.
like drives me nuts because I'm like, you're not working out, you're not thinking about what you're supposed to be working on, like you're just in the way, in my way.
Yeah.
Then that brings me back to my number 2,
Get
my way.
out of my way.
But like I have no problem like videoing yourself, watch the footage back. Great. Like I think those are great. That's a great tool to check in with yourself and be aware of yourself and what you're doing. But if you're like fully like just sitting there texting or scrolling Instagram,
Laura is currently describing me at the gym right now.
I mean,
Probably be watching Netflix.
but on the treadmill or like while you're lifting.
Yes.
While you're lifting,
Sometimes.
oh, I can't do it
Sometimes.
when I lift. I have to like listen to like music. I can't even listen to like a podcast.
Yeah, it depends on
If
my
I'm on the
mood.
treadmill watching a movie, like that's different. Like that is.
Sometimes I'll be watching a movie and like lifting. Sometimes.
Oh,
Yeah.
does time ever get away from you? Because sometimes I notice when people do that and they're like there for 10 minutes, and I'm like, I need that, and you're watching. It takes
I'm
two.
Project Runway.
You're actually watching the what is it? Oh gosh, the Mary Kate and Ashley. um, what was it? It was like a song, a sing along or something like that.
I don't know. I'm obsessed with all things Mary Kate and Ashley.
I forgot what it's called, but we had it. We had the VHS when I was younger, and it was like a sing along. And they did it with
They
Bill Clinton.
had so many of those. They were every single one of them was amazing.
With Bill Clinton. I don't remember what it was. And they sang "Brother for
Oh
Sale,
yeah, dude.
only 50 cents." I used to tell Gabe that all the time.
Oh my god.
Brother for sale, he's only 1 cent. Like, glare at him like,
Oh my god. Okay, well that was fun. I think you guys listening, you should leave us your gym pet peeves in the comments. Tell us if you are the type of person who's watching the movie at the gym, or if you're the type of person getting pissed off at the person watching the movie at the gym.
are you a Maddie or are you a Lauren? Which one are you?
Oh my god. Get like the Sex and the City shirts. I'm a Carrie. I'm a Samantha. I'm a Maddie. I'm a Laura.
Should that be our next shirt?
Okay, well, let's see. How long has it been? I'm not quite sure, but probably pretty close. But I do think we have time to talk about Met Gala if we still want to.
Yeah, I will say Blake.
Thank God for Blake Lively single-handedly holding the Met
Oh yeah,
Gala
but then
together
the
this
thing is,
year.
they go like, how do they do? Oh, they go like, how do they do it?
Yeah, the kids go like this
Yeah,
and also like this.
yeah.
She thank God for her. Thank God for her.
She just, I
But I
was.
want to know about your opinion on Kim K specifically.
First of all, did everybody miss the mark?
Yes,
Was
big
it like
time. They
the
always do.
Gilded
It gets
Age?
worse every year.
Yeah, it was Gilded Age. How is old Hollywood Gilded Age?
They
So
just do what they want.
I feel like Blake was the closest to that, but if we're talking about Kim K, okay, for starters, are you like a Marilyn Monroe like fan?
I'm neutral.
Same, same. So like it wasn't really uh like it was cool, like cool Kim wore her dress and Ripley's Believe It or Not, like cool Kim. But like I felt like you missed the mark.
Yeah.
And number two, like I don't know, she's like, I dropped 16 pounds. Did you see all the
I was just about to ask you about what you thought about that.
well, I don't know. I was watching the Kardashians with Gabe this past weekend. And she
Okay.
was like running up a hill, and Gabe was like, "Okay, Cam, you could run." I was like, "Well, she did drop 16 pounds, so."
Yeah. So what did
Um,
you think about that controversy?
I think like anytime you lose weight like super drastically like that, like for a meet, for an event, like if you're not doing it right, it's all going to come right back. It's not
Yeah.
healthy, and I don't think that was a good precedence to set, especially for like the followers that you have that like you know, I forgot what was the timeline she said. Was it like a few weeks, right?
Yeah. Oh, speak of the devil. Look, it's your brother for sale. FaceTiming me right now.
They texted me earlier, but I didn't answer because I was coming downstairs to do this. But so I don't think that's like a healthy way to do it. But I just also was just not impressed. Like cute dress, like
Okay, so I
so,
felt like I had high hopes. Okay, I'm gonna go on a rant here. Especially what year was it? I think it was 2019, where, or maybe it was 18, where the Kardashian Jenners really brought it. They really brought it to me. They gave me everything I needed. Kim K's wet look.
oh, I was gonna
Kendall,
say,
Kendall and Kylie did the like purple and orange thing, and they were like, they blew me away at that Met. I was very, very pleased with them, and I have come to expect a lot from them at the Mets as a result. They all disappointed me, of course. Kim, especially, because like you said, it wasn't even on theme. So it wasn't even like you did this like dress thing and it was like the dress of the night. It was like, this doesn't even fit. Number one, doesn't fit the theme. Number two, doesn't even fit you. You dropped 16 pounds for what? It still doesn't close in the back. That's embarrassing. So
yeah.
you're off theme in a dress that doesn't fit for what?
Well,
For
and
what?
also like if it wasn't, I feel like the dress was in a way iconic, but like had she not said this is Marilyn Monroe's dress, I wouldn't have known.
Yeah, and I feel like it's like, okay, I wasn't like offended personally that like she wore Marilyn's dress, although I could get behind that like scholarship of thinking that like some things should just be off limits. Like Marilyn has like we should all just revere what she's done, and that dress had its moment and it was what it was. And so like let's just none of us try to like assume that we are at the level to touch that. Let's just let have Marilyn have that.
Well, it's
That
like
being said,
J Lo's dress, the one
who?
J Lo, that one that
Oh
she wore.
yeah, her
That
Versace dress.
like if anybody ever walked out in that, we would all be like,
Well, and especially, I mean, like even times 10, because I feel like Marilyn is on a different level than J
yeah,
Lo. Like she's like in the iconography, like she's kind of godlike in like our celebrity culture. So it just like it's like egotistical to put yourself on that pedestal with Marilyn, especially when it's such a reach. It's not like it's so incredible for this night. It doesn't even match.
yeah,
Plus, Kim K got greedy, and I'm going to tell you why. She already had her wet look was the Kim K version of that dress on Marilyn. So I just feel like she should have been like satisfied with her own moment. Like that her wet look dress that Terry Mugler designed for her was dripping in that year 2018 or
yeah.
19. That was like her version of this Marilyn Monroe dress. And so it's like, can't you just be happy with that? You're not going to look better than you did then. You're just not.
I think I feel I feel it like on a relationship level. Like, I feel like she's kind of lost. Like, she doesn't have, like, she's trying to separate herself from Kanye. And like, she went this route because it was like a safer route instead of coming up with her own like fashion sense, I guess.
Yeah.
Because if she would have came out, like, let's say she would have came out with like her own like whatever, they would have like been like, oh well, Kanye's not in the picture anymore and now you look like shit, or like,
Yeah.
oh, like, I mean, it could have gone either way. Like, you look so great now that Kanye's on it, you know, like, it could have gone whatever way. But I think she was like scared of that
That might be
reaction.
true.
And so she went this way, because this way was the safe Marilyn Monroe. She would still get some like, you know, like recognition and some
Yeah.
spotlight for wearing Marilyn Monroe's dress, but she didn't have to make a statement like
She
of
wasn't
her
putting
own
like
fashion.
herself on the chopping block. She was
Mhm.
putting Marilyn on the chopping
Yeah,
block.
yeah. And the only way she put herself on chopping block was saying that she lost 16 pounds for a dress that I just don't, I like, I could, if you would have asked me what the theme of the Met Gala was, nobody, I feel like nobody hit it.
Yeah, the very, very, very few. Blake Lively was obviously the hands down winner of the night.
Ugh,
She was
she was,
stunning.
her dress was so good. So I just love her. I just love her.
I know she's fabulous, and thank God, because everybody else dropped the ball. It didn't. Kim should have just let it be with her wet look. She should have just remained humble.
And she should have just came out with like that. That was, I think, her moment to come out with her own fashion, like her
Well, she
own.
doesn't have any, and everybody knows that because it's always been Kanye.
Yeah,
So the
I
funniest
think,
meme Valerie showed me that was like a picture of like all of them, and she was like, the meme was like, I know Kanye's out of the picture, but can you just like text him a picture of your outfits before you leave the house or something?
oh, do you watch the Kardashians on Hulu?
No,
Okay, well, you should, I guess.
you're
I
gonna
mean,
tell me about it.
yeah. So she does kind of struggle with that. Like, she's like, I want to like find my own like whatever, but she's like, I guess Kanye said that he would like quit everything and be her stylist. But she was like torn because she was like, I mean, like, that would be great, but like, I want to do my own thing. Like, I want to
Yeah,
have my own fashion. But then you do something stupid like this. Like, this is the perfect opportunity to be like, I'm like a classic Kim. Like, you know, like, this is my classy, like, just timeless dress. She could wear timeless, you know, like, and that could have been your look. Like,
yeah.
but you went and used somebody else's look, and I don't know. What do you think about her and Pete Davidson?
I am not Team Skeet. I'm very much Team Kanye. I'm not even Team Kim. Kanye is it. Anybody, I'll fight anybody on this. I'll fight anybody. Kanye is it. And he has been demonized by the media because he stands for like core values, family. Like I swear, I'm telling you. And Skeet is sketchy. I have bad vibes about Skeet. And I think it's messed up that Skeet got the like kids' names tattooed.
Yeah,
Bro,
that's kind
it's
of creepy,
embarrassing.
right?
I
I
think it's
feel like
embarrassing.
I feel like, yeah, you may love those kids, but they're not your kids. Like,
I feel like he's just troll. He's just trying to troll. Like he's just trying
yeah,
to get a rise. Like I don't know. I'm Team Kanye, and he's definitely like Kim.
okay.
They're all suffering without Kanye. Just saying, they all looked terrible.
What about Courtney and Travis?
It's just kind of like I don't know. It's like a little bit whatever. It's just like any Hollywood couple. It's just like cringe to me. It's just like you guys are just like a little bit like just cringe. Like you just need to get over yourselves a little bit. I'm happy you're happy.
I
Truly.
I actually like them together, and
I
I
mean, I'm
feel
happy that Courtney is like seemingly in a
happy.
relationship that's
Yeah,
much more fulfilling.
yeah. They do like a lot of like PDA, but I think like now it's like more so of the like attention that they get from the PDA. So it's
Yeah,
like it caused this big huge like uproar, and so now they're just gonna continue
of
like they're
course.
like,
Yeah.
now they have to continue doing this. But I like it. I think that she's happy, and so I'm happy.
I just feel like I have like a vibe right now that yeah, I don't know. I don't know about these Kardashians. Like I do like them, and like I there's a lot about them that I could say that I really do like, but I also feel like there's just some like sketchy stuff going on there right now, and I don't know. I just don't know. I'm Team Kanye. Kanye is my favorite Kardashian.
Yeah, I feel kind of bad for him too. Like, I don't know. I think that if you like lose your mom, you kind of get lost. Like, right? Like, and I feel like
Yeah,
ever since
well,
he like lost his mom, I feel like he kind of lost that sense of like direction, maybe.
I just feel like he lost like so much of his family all at once because his mom died and he has this like divorce and problems with his kids, and like I do believe that that's what's most important to Kanye is his like family and his kids and his legacy in that way. And I think it's really sad how like the world is loving laughing at that about him. Like I think it's really
Yeah.
fucked up that everybody is like loving watching Skeet troll him when it's like you guys are messed up. Like it's, and it's sad for the
Well,
kids.
and Skeet, Maddie calls him Skeet. I feel like he's like he has some serious issues too. Like some
Yeah,
demons in there. Like he definitely has some demons, and I don't think I think these people are like super rich and they don't face their demons because they're able to like
escape.
yeah, yeah. And I think like that's kind of like I said, like when Kanye's mom died, I really think that like hit him really hard, as it should when people's parents,
Yeah.
moms especially pass away. You have just a different connection with your mom, and it just hurts. And I think that they have money, and so they like drown those
Mm.
like push down, suppress. But you can only suppress for so long, and then it comes out one way or another. And like you said, I think it's sad because on all ends,
Yeah.
all of them are
I
sad.
know. I feel especially bad for the kids. I feel bad for them.
I also think like these kids don't know reality. They'll never know a reality.
No.
Like I don't know, like the Kardashians, there was like a period where they were not famous, like, and I mean, they were still rich, but they were not
Yeah.
like famous, and so they knew like what reality was. They knew like what like was not with like cameras in their face or
Yeah.
whatever. These kids, and then they have to deal with their parents fighting publicly, which is like it's just I can't. I don't know. It's just like I was talking about earlier. It's just like a whole different like world.
Yeah, it
I
is.
can't even imagine that. Like I can't imagine just a whole public. I don't know.
Like aspect of it. No, it's true.
Hmm.
Maybe we're the ones who don't know what reality is, and they're the only ones experiencing reality.
Maybe we should swap places with them for how
Life
long do you
swap.
think? How do you think? How long do you think you would need to like want your life back, or maybe you
As
wouldn't?
if I was going to be a Kardashian, how long would I last?
Yeah, or like how long do you think would be enough time to decide if you had to choose? This reminds me of those games that like you play. I'm queen of these games. You like how long would you last if you swapped with a Kardashian and you had to say like in 30 days I could decide if I would stay a Kardashian or whatever, or would you need 60 days or like
I
and
have no idea.
in those days like what would you need to experience like going like for me like what I would need to experience play I play by myself apparently. Like what I would need to experience is I would need to feel what it feels like to go to a Target and not have the freedom to just shop
Yeah,
and
you ain't
without
going to Target, Laura.
right. I would have to experience that because I think in my like I think like I would be able to handle that. Like, oh, I could handle like paparazzi. Flash
Yeah.
forward to me like fighting paparazzi.
Yeah, no, that is the trade-off. Yeah.
Like I would need to experience it because in my head I'd be like, oh, I wouldn't care if people trolled my Instagram.
Yeah, that's the hard part that I
But
think about.
would I care? Like would it really matter? Like and I think like maybe like in 2 weeks I probably would find out. Because I think at first I would be like whatever, it's just the internet and whatever. But then that has to wear on you after a while, right? Like,
Oh yeah, I'm sure that lifestyle, there's plenty about it that gets so old.
but there's also so much that's like,
I think it probably cancels out. I think I could probably take all the negative as long as I was also getting the positives.
yeah.
But I
And I
also think
also,
like I don't know.
I feel like people like you don't when you're a celebrity and it's so like in the like social media eye and like in the public like that, like you feel like it's gonna last forever. You know what I
The
mean? Like
good or the bad?
the bad especially, like the good's great, but like I feel I don't like in the moment, like let's go back to like Will Smith's thing, like that
Mhm.
whole slap. Like didn't you like for me it felt like it dragged on for like a while, but for him it probably felt like 2 months.
That's
Like
probably true, but I also think that like I've had things happen in my life that like maybe they weren't like public, but they kind of were. But like I don't know, I that when you're living your life in your world, like whatever hardship you endure is just as real as like Will Smith. Like
but it's not out in the public like that, like in the public eye like that.
um kind of. I mean, like the stuff that happens in yeah, no, it's true. Listen, I was listening to Johnny Depp say this on the stand. How like when when you're like famous like this, you open yourself up to anybody being able to say anything that they want about you, lies, anything, and just say it and print it in the press, and like you just open yourself up to that when you're famous. So um I think that that would be really hard, and I don't think I would like getting roasted online by the public. Um but I don't know if it's that much harder than any struggle or challenge that the
Yeah.
average person faces. Like it's different, but is it worse? I mean, maybe not. Like,
Yeah. I mean, it's true though. Like I think of like something like I don't know, a significant event that was like bad that happened, and it does feel like forever. It feels like it's never going away. Like it's like, ugh,
yeah,
and
public
then
or private. I mean,
and then it does. Like
like stuff I've gone through, like when we left our old gym, that was kind of public for me. Like it was everybody that I knew,
yeah,
and lots of things that weren't true and whatever were being said about me, like to all these people that I did care what their opinion was about me. So like I can kind of like it what I'm not am I Will Smith? No, but like in my circle and with who I cared about, like I kind of experienced that. And then at the same time, like for instance, my divorce, which was like more private, like I went through that by myself, and the same thing, like it felt like it lasted forever and like it was never going to end. And like
yeah.
my problems were, you know what I mean? So like, I don't know, are those things worse than what Will Smith experienced? Like maybe not. And it offset by the fact that he also won an Oscar, like, and has $1,000,000. Like, I don't know. I don't know. Does he struggle that much? I'm not sure.
Um, should we call him actually?
Oh man.
Well, that was good. Good
That was
topic.
super good. Okay, well, thank you guys all so much for sticking around listening to this. Was not a whole lot about working out, but it was a fun little balance. Like we maybe 50-50 today.
Yeah, I think we started off with a lot, and then we started off with like our gym pet peeves. But am curious. So if you finished and you got to this point, are you a on the phone while you work out Netflix type person or not? Like me, or are you
Let
dead?
us know in the comments down below. And until next time, you are not hungry, you're just bored. Close the fridge.
That is not why you can't do it. You can't do it because you are physically not doing it. Like
Yeah, I know you can't do it because you don't want to.
yeah.